Middle East or it's Russia, there are at least 25 nations that produce oil. More than 70% of the resources, critical resources of electric vehicles, are owned by China. In fact, the lowest is 55%, which is lithium, because the rest is in Australia, and cobalt and some of the neodymium and some of the more corrosive and poisonous materials, they own over 70 to 80% worldwide. But more importantly, they have over 80% of the world's processing capacity for these critical materials. And these processing facilities are extremely polluting. They are very leaching, they use a lot of corrosive chemicals, and you have to do a lot of dirty processes. And that's something the West doesn't want. Even in India, we have a very tough environmental policy which goes against this. So all the countries realize that giving these huge incentives to the electric automotive industry is eventually putting money in China's pocket. And that's why, if you see Japan, it has always been a not battery technology company. They've always focused on hydrogen, hybrid, and I think that's the way that we need to go as a country. We need to look at alternative options. But coming to the machine tool industry, as India's manufacturing is going to grow more than 20x in the next 25 years, our machine tool procurement is also going to go up. If not 20x, at least 10-15x. Now this can't be based on imports from Germany, Japan, God forbid China or somewhere else. As I said earlier, the response time, the ability of these companies to support with technical services is declining. And over the next 2 years, you will see a dramatic decline in Europe. That's my own personal belief and what we are hearing and seeing happen in Europe. I think this is a golden opportunity for companies such as yourselves, which have already a good experience of identifying technical talent, technical experts, and extracting knowledge from them or partnering with them to develop technology and capability. So, as I mentioned to Kapil in our brief discussion is, you have to look at existing technologies and get experts who are available to train your people. So if you have 5 engineers that you identify in Germany, send 25 engineers from here to work with them so that they are able to assimilate that knowledge for you. The second is, another point that Mr. Divgi made, which was very valid, was the amount of R&D that China does. Now for the last 30 years, most of the technical institutes in Germany have had maximum masters and PhD students from China. This is the time when these institutes are not able to have enough students, therefore not enough funding, and are starting to close down. If we can identify which are the institutes that have the competence, capability that is needed for India to develop, I'm sure that as an industry collectively, the whole machine tool industry can sponsor 1,000 students a year. Maybe some of your customers can do the same thing. And that is the way that we can develop knowledge and technology. It's not going to be by buying knowledge and technology or licensing it. It's by truly learning and developing the knowledge and skills in our people and bringing it back home. Just like Mr. Dan did more than 50 years ago by coming back from Berkeley. Secondly, we have to get into a technology-driven manufacturing sector. We cannot become a source of cheap labor where people are using, where industry outside is using our labor to convert raw materials into basic products with the least value add, and the value capture happens somewhere else. That is okay for small countries like Thailand and others. But for a country with 1.4 billion people, how are we going to provide them a meaningful value generating employment? And that is only through manufacturing. Manufacturing is the only industry that has a trickle down effect of more than 5 to 6 levels. IT industry doesn't, and many other industries, services don't have the same trickle-down effect. So if you really want to create employment and meaningful employment and lift our economic status into a middle-income economy, we need to have technology-driven manufacturing, which means the products that we make also have to be with our technology, and also the equipment that we use should be with our technology. Otherwise, we'll end up dependent on someone else for some part of that value chain. Lastly, what I mentioned to Kapil was the opportunities now. As Europe is losing its manufacturing edge, there is talent. Please go and identify this, and let's send our people there. Our young men and women are extremely bright, extremely hardworking. Let's send them there and get them, to work there, learn there, and come back and, help our country. Secondly, there are new technologies that we need to master. One is AI, second is digital, and then high-speed automation with vision and other sensing technologies fused into one, because that's how you reduce a man standing on a machine and doing nothing except put a piece and remove a piece. These are technologies that have to get mastered, and these are the ways of the future. I also think that we have to create capabilities for working with new materials, especially non-metallic materials, such as composites, ceramics, and electronics. And in electronics, we also have to create capabilities in micromachining, assembly, high-speed assembly, and high-speed inspection. These are going to be very, very essential, because that's again a sector which is going to grow because of the amount of electronics that are going to go into everything, and we don't want to import that. Lastly, I personally believe that when you have the body in good shape, the brain has to be good. And this is where I believe that Indian machine tool industry should come together and start working on developing a next generation controller of its own, which incorporates AI, which incorporates digital, and which is capable of doing distributed manufacturing, so that you can have one controller controlling many machines, so that it can then become fully automated rather than having a controller per machine, a network controller. I think that's eminently possible, eminently doable, and this is something that as a collective industry you should fund or identify a place where this can be done. I think these are the few things that I believe can help leapfrog our machine tool industry to the future and become a benchmark. Maybe 10 years from now, I know that there are already huge exports of machines taking place from India, but that's happening because of price. I'd like to see that happening because they are the best there is. And there should be a line of customers from across the world standing outside our doors waiting for our equipment. And with visionaries such as yourselves and the talent that you have developed, and more than that, the DNA of your company, I think that you can continue to be a flag bearer for this industry in India and help India achieve the aspirations and goals that our government has set of a Atmanirbhar Bharat and a Amrit Kal by 2047. So thank you very much. I wish all of you the very best, and thank you so much for inviting me here. I got to learn a lot, and it also inspires me to go back and relook at how we do things and how we can do things better. So thank you very much, and I wish you all very best.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we proceed ahead, taking this evening forward, I'd now like to invite on stage Mr. Deepak Kulkarni from Precision Camshafts Ltd, a multinational based out of Solapur, to please join me on stage. The company, which was the personal ambition of Mr. Yatin Shah, Chairman and Managing Director, is being managed under his dynamic leadership for the past 30 years. The company has grown exponentially, and today it produces 1 million camshafts per month from its modest beginning of 600 camshafts per month. Well, on the 50th anniversary of MGT, Mr. Yatin Shah has shared his thoughts which will be presented by Mr. Deepak Kulkarni. On that note, let's hear a big hand and let's welcome Mr. Kulkarni on stage.
Good evening, all delegates, friends, and dignitaries present on the dais. First of all, congratulate on achieving this remarkable milestone and thank you for extending invitation to join the special celebration. Our chairman and managing director, Mr. Yatin Shah, has conveyed his heartfelt best wishes to Micromatic Grinding for their incredible 50-year journey. Although he was eager to participate in this momentous occasion, but because of some unforeseen circumstances prevented his attendance. It is with great pleasure and honor that I stand before you today to celebrate this remarkable milestone, the 50th anniversary of Micromatic Grinding. 50 years of dedication, innovation, and resilience. 50 years of shaping industries, touching lives, and leaving an indelible mark on the business landscape. As a guest at this momentous occasion, I am filled with admiration and gratitude for the incredible journey this company has undertaken. Reflecting on 50th years of success, one cannot help but marvel at the vision, determination, and hard work that have brought to Micromatic Grinding to where it stands today. From humble beginnings, it has grown into powerhouse, a beacon of excellence in its field. Behind every achievement, there lies a story of perseverance, of overcoming challenges and embarking opportunities. May you continue to inspire, innovate, and achieve new heights of success in this year ahead. Congratulations on reaching the incredible milestone, and thank you for inviting us to be a part of this special occasion. Cheers to 50th years of excellence. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such kind and warm words. Let's hear a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Mr. Kulkarni. Let's also capture a wonderful moment by presenting a memento as token of appreciation. Well, such wonderful warm wishes and best wishes continue to pour in. As we proceed further, after capturing this wonderful moment, ladies and gentlemen, nextly on stage, we have our second guest of honor, a chemical engineer with a master's degree in business administration. He is currently the managing director for mobility solutions for Eaton Industrial Systems Private Limited, a power management company with a turnover of $20.8 billion. With 25 years of rich industry experience, he leads the vehicle business and e-mobility business for Eaton in India. Currently pursuing his doctorate in business management, he is a vivid reader and loves watching movies and also has an equal passion for cricket and football. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, join along with me and let's give a big hand and let's welcome Mr. Shailendra Shukla.
I'm assuming I'm audible back there. Thank you. So friends, I'll try and keep it very short. And first of all, I would want to extend my heartiest congratulations to the Micromatic team, to the MGT team, to Mr. Dhan, to Kapil, for such a great occasion and milestone. And I was just observing and I realized I am personally not even have reached 50 myself. So having an organization with 50 years of excellence should be really remarkable. So that's something really amazing. We do have very great experience with the Micromatic group, and we have the installations since we incepted in India, since our inception, and our installations probably go into hundreds. But what brings the difference is the innovation mindset. And that is what something I personally appreciate, which is followed by a great customer experience. And to the tune, Mr. Dhand, once I was visiting my plant and I saw all the machine was MGT machine. Um, Leading the business, I got a little worried. I said, oh, we have too much dependence here. And then I called my guys, it was the other way around. Are we too dependent? And they said, yes, but the service is par excellence. We don't even want to change. So that's the background that we have. So I'm so happy for the organization, and I take this honor to be here. Having said this, it is my turn and duty to give some inputs. Mr. Devgi gave his, Mr. Kalyani gave his inputs. So while doing my doctorate in business management, which apparently is on the topic of Industry 4.0, technically to deal with the machines and tools. We heard from Mr. Kalyani how artificial intelligence could bring a change, how robotics could bring a change. But amongst the 3 research papers I have submitted, which spans around more than 300 organizations, several from this room would have answered, including 50 CEOs of large, medium and small organizations. The input which comes from India, people are largely inclined towards Internet of Things and system integration, but less inclined on artificial intelligence and robotics. And this actually came as a surprise to me. Reason I thought was the payback should be good with artificial intelligence and also with the robotics. But as I move further with my further research papers, I also understood in near future people don't want to invest here as much as we want to. So this would be my personal suggestion and request. Please look into it favorably. And why do I say so? So my travel across the globe into various factories. In fact, I was in one of the large plant in Detroit last week, so I have some inputs from there too, and in some very interesting plants in China. The kind of automation which is there in the various countries mentioned by Mr. Devgi and Mr. Kalyani, that includes Germany, Japan, China and US, is on a next level. And my own experience with my own plant versus a similar plant in China which I saw with full automation, the manpower requirement was 1/10 of what we use for the output, which was 3 times of ours. Okay, so I'm not saying that reduce the employment, I'm only saying that adopt technology. This will also help to generate skilled people and job creation. Having said this, another last point takes me to Mr. Simmons' study, which is called Hidden Gems, and a very popular article and course which is done in Babson's college. Fortunately, I could go through some of these courses. And what exactly is Hidden Gems? So Hidden Gems are the organizations which are very innovative. They have high market share because they create something which is very unique, very high kind of barrier. And then this gentleman who has published 30 books has published articles, studied various countries and how much is in export and how much is in the GDP creation. So if you would see a country, probably US, probably India, is the large cap organizations which are contributing more to the GDP, is the large cap organization which is probably exporting more. However, it's exactly the opposite in Germany and in China. We heard this name again and again, and 50% of exports from Germany comes through these organizations which are hidden gems, which are not those large mammoth organizations, which are good organizations, probably less than 5 billion, and they have been contributing to the economy and to the nation building. Having said this, I am not here to praise the other countries. This I brought because I want to praise and take this opportunity to the Micromatic group, Precision Camshaft, Devgi and several other organizations who are contributing largely into the nation building. These are the hidden gems of our country. I wish all the customers to grow, because I also heard Mr. Kapil saying that if the customers grow, we grow. So first of all, I wish Micromatic Grip, your customers grow. Second, what Mr. Kapil said, the past 50 years has been great. Is the next 50 and probably beyond that. Hopefully for the next 50, Kapil, I'll be still alive. I'm assuming I'm going to be 100 then, and you'll invite me. So wish you a great success ahead. That's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Shukla, for such kind and warm words and for such good wishes. And ladies and gentlemen, with tons of good wishes pouring in, it really gives me an immense pleasure to welcome on stage our third guest of honor. He is the Senior Vice President for Automotive Sector with Mahindra & Mahindra Ltd, an engineer with 30 years of rich experience in manufacturing engineering, specializing in the automotive domain. His expertise involve setting up greenfield and brownfield projects from their conceptual stage. On that note, join along with me and let's give a big round of applause and let's welcome Mr. Vivek Sharma to please join me on stage.
A very good evening to all of you. Respected Mr. Dan, Kapil ji, Jitendra ji, Shukla ji and Kulkarni ji, and all ladies and gentlemen, Micromatic company employees. So it's my great honor and privilege to stand here on this occasion of completion of 50 years of Micromatic grinding. Mr. Dan took us through the journey of 50 years, how he built up this organization, so many people he mentioned about. And one especially which hit me was Mr. Sathe, who said, you know, why can't we build world-class machine tools here? So I think, Mr. Devgi gave so much of insights, you know, thank you so much, sir. In fact, very insightful thoughts from you. And Amit also mentioned so many things, like how small is our machine tool industry today. So, in fact, in Mahindra also, if you look at, you know, whatever machine tools we are buying today, still significant portion we are importing. What it shows us is that there is a huge opportunity available for machine tool manufacturers to, there is a huge scope. And I'm not, you know, while I'm not a, you know, expert into machine tool, but I think we Indians are second to none. So why can't we, you know, like for example, the milling machines for cylinder heads, cylinder blocks, we are buying Makinos, we are buying from Germany, the machines. For honing, we are buying the machines. So all those machines we are buying from Germany, Japan. So my request to Mr. Dan, Kapil ji, that please help customers, your customers like Mahindra. We are very, very eager to adopt to Indian machine tool industry. And our association with you goes long, very long back. So we started in late 1980s, and at that time also, you know, for earlier we used to use imported cylindrical grinding machines, and till today we are using those machines. So this is a clear example, you know, how robust is your design. So, and we could achieve IT7 tolerances in those machines without any efforts. So your design, it is tribute to your collaboration with us, your designing capability, your engineering capability. Then in 2008, we first time we developed our own transaxle. It was first in-house transaxle development for Mahindra, and there also you participated with us and delivered very close tolerances of 9 micron. So, and till today we are using those machines. So for XU700, then we had a new transaxle. Using those machines, we made those transaxles. So really thankful to you for helping us achieving Mahindra goals. I am really thankful on the behalf of Mahindra that you have supported us so well And whenever we have an issue, you know, Micromatic is just a call away. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you. We wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Your best wishes really mean a lot to us. And ladies and gentlemen, a bigger applause as we capture this wonderful moment right here on stage. Thank you so much, sir. With that, I request both our dignitaries to please remain back on stage in the center. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for us to recognize the collaborative partnerships developed over the years. And to do the honors, I would request Deena Bandhu to please join us. Let's give a big round of applause for the gentleman. Let's also hear a big hand from Mr. Kumar Rashmi Rati. I'd also extend a hearty warm welcome to Mr. Jitendra Divji. Firstly, to all the dignitaries, thank you so much for your extreme valuable presence on the stage. As we move forward, ladies and gentlemen, the first recognition is for the category highest number of CNC grinders, and the award goes to, let's hear it for Bharat Forge Limited. Bharat Forge Limited is India's largest export-oriented auto component company with global revenues of US $1.4 billion and has transcontinental presence across Europe, North America and India, serving marquee clientele across automotive, oil and gas, aerospace, defense, construction and mining globally. The first CNC angular wheel grinder model, Edge Grind 360, was supplied to Bharat Forge in the year 2004. Well, this was the beginning of a partnership which was beyond the supplier-customer relationship. Bharat Forge pushed Micromatic Grinding in developing grinder models like a Rhino R120 for the crankshaft journal grinding operation as part of the import substitution initiative. Further, Micromatic Grinding Technologies also developed CPN grinder for Bharat Forge. As to date, ladies and gentlemen, 78 machines have been supplied to Bharat Forge Limited. Let's hear a bigger applause and a heartiest congratulations. Nextly, it indeed is our pleasure to honor with a big applause Bajaj Auto Limited, with oldest CNC grinder still in operation in corporate sector category. With more than 18 million motorcycles sold in over 70 countries, the Bajaj brand is truly the world's favorite Indian. It is India's #1 motorcycle exporter with 2 out of 3 bikes sold internationally carrying a Bajaj badge. The company is also the world's largest manufacturer of 3-wheelers. Bajaj Auto Limited pushed for the development of a very innovative solution for grinding camshaft into a single setup through MGT. This development led to a considerable reduction in the cost per piece. The CNC grinder supplied to its Aurangabad plant in the late 90s is still in use to produce some of the critical high-quality parts to the motorcycle. Bajaj Auto also played a vital role in developing a compact CNC grinder, eGrind 200. Confidence built over the years has truly ensured that Bajaj Auto continues their association with MGT with over 20 CNC grinders purchased. With that, let's hear a bigger applause once again. Next, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to honor Mahindra and Mahindra Limited under Technology Development category. Mahindra and Mahindra Automotive Business is a part of US $19.4 billion multinational Mahindra Group. Mahindra and Mahindra is a full-range mobility player with a presence in almost every segment of the automobile industry. When MGT wanted to develop its third-generation CNC grinders, Mahindra and Mahindra gave a very important input to make this machine compact, TPM-friendly and highly productive by introducing cutting speeds of 60 meters per second. With those inputs, the highly popular Stallion series of CNC grinder came to existence. Let's hear a big applause and let's welcome the team on stage. Well, on behalf of the team, let's hear a bigger applause. Heartiest congratulations. Well, keeping up that wonderful energy up, I request everyone to keep the claps really loud and nice. Let's truly make it very energetic and happening, marking this evening truly as an evening of celebration. Nextly, ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to honor Varroc Engineering Limited under Technology Development category. Let's hear a big hand and let's welcome the team on stage. Varroc is a global tier 1 automotive component company engaged in design, manufacture and supply of exterior lighting systems, plastic and polymer components, electrical, electronic components and precision metallic components to automotive OEMs directly worldwide. After satisfied usage of dozens of engine valve seat grinders, Varroc Engineering encouraged MGT to develop high-speed grinding machines of global standard capable of using CBN grinding wheel technology. With the introduction of these new machines, the cycle got reduced, resulting in considerable saving. Today, the total number of MGT machines at Varroc Group is 58, and that really calls out for a bigger and bigger applause. Heartiest congratulations to you and your entire team. I'm sure many more such recognitions to come in the future. Proceeding ahead, ladies and gentlemen, the fifth recognition. Extremely proud and delighted to honor VE Commercial Vehicles Limited under the category Highest Number of Internal Grinders. VE Commercial Vehicles Limited is a joint venture between the Volvo Group and Isher Motors Limited, involved in bus and truck manufacturing, engine manufacturing, non-automotive engines and component business. In 2017, VE Commercial Vehicles approached MGT for developing a solution for internal grinding for their crown wheel component for bore and face grinding. MGT rose to challenge and supplied iGrind 150U. Later, MGT has also supplied internal grinder model iGrind 150 with CBN, which was the best solution provided, ensuring extreme high productivity. With 11 numbers of CNC internal grinder model iGrind 150 series, VECV is the largest user of internal CNC grinders. And we should hear a big hand from Mr. Srinivas, who received the award on behalf of the team. Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Well, there's so much to celebrate this evening, and the celebration continues with every moment. Sixth in our list, we're delighted and proud to honor SJ Industries Private Limited under the highest number of CNC grinders in Gujarat category. A bigger applause to them. SJ Industries Private Limited, a pioneer and global leader in manufacturing a variety of quality hot and cold forgings and precision components, has systematically grown into a large-scale manufacturer with an annual capacity to produce 70,000 tons of forgings. Its Rajkot and Thane plants that cater to customers mainly in defense, railways and auto sector. SJ Industries has always been associated with us from 1996. It was the first company in Gujarat to purchase MGTL grinding machine. Since then, SJ Industries has been adding grinding machines on regular basis with an extreme high performance for tooled up machines, and as on date has 21 various model grinding machines at its Rajkot plant alone, which is also the highest number in complete Gujarat, and that calls out for a bigger applause. Heartiest congratulations to you once again. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, what a great and wonderful energy all around the hall. Continuing this, nextly we are proud to honor Rich Engineering Private Limited under the category Oldest CNC Grinders Still in Operation in MSME Sector. Keeping up the claps really loud, Mr. Jayan Gupta started this company as small-scale industry unit in 1993 for CNC turning job work for four-wheeler transmission components. In the year 1999, he got an opportunity to enter in further precision work by way of supplying ground components. Obvious choice was then to go for hydraulic grinders, but he was not comfortable to put a battery of hydraulic grinders in line. Instead, he worked very closely with MGTL to develop a single setup solution to finish complete shaft on CNC cylindrical grinder, the first company in MSME to do so on an angular wheel CNC grinder. Today, This is a very common process used by many MSME segment. With that, once again, a wonderful applause and a heartiest congratulations to Rich Engineering Private Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, proceeding further, next we are proud to honor Gole Precision Tools Private Limited for oldest hydraulic grinder still in operation. Gole Precision Tools specializes in niche cutting tool products such as gun drills. Gole started by late Mr. Sopan Rao Gole with sole aim to manufacture import substitute cutting tools, hydraulic cylindrical grinder model GCE 350 by 1000 was purchased in the late 80s. Till date, the machine is in operation and as per Joint Managing Director, Mr. Dinesh Gole, the machine continues to be used for critical operations. A huge and a fantastic applause to Gole Precision Tools Private Limited and once again congratulating the entire team. Well, can we have some energy and some more applause, ladies and gentlemen? Now that's like a fantastic energy coming, making an evening absolutely perfect. Finally, we proceed to the category Technology Development for Import Substitution with Automation. And truly, it's a privilege to honor Bosch Limited. Let's give a big hand and let's welcome. Bosch is a leading supplier of technology and services in the area of mobility solutions, industrial technology, consumer goods, and energy and building technology. A company with 100 years of legacy that enjoys a 4-decade association with MGT. Way back in the 90s, MGT developed a special machine with stepper motor drive control for fuel injection component for match grinding operation. Well, this was developed as an import substitute against expensive German grinders. Subsequently, automation solution of CNC grinders with high-speed twin robots was supplied, reducing the idle time to load and unload of components. Well, once again, hearty congratulations and many more such recognitions to follow. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, why is MGT so different and so special? Well, let me tell you, we would now like to clap loud and recognize the collaborative partners. This is the MGT's way of recognizing and respecting the associations that they have made and making it a truly trusting relationship that is what has sustained in the enterprise and in this beautiful journey of 50 long years. As we celebrate a very special moment today, we would also like to dedicate and recognize our honoring esteemed former colleagues. Individuals who have left a remark on the organization today is not just about recollecting on those past moments and also about acknowledging their incredible contributions, the laughters, the success, the joy that they have shared and shared a sense of purpose that defined their presence among us. As we gather here, we have joined a spirit of gratitude, appreciation and respect for every individual who has once walked the halls of this organization, leaving a lasting impact both in the work we do and the people we are. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you all will be happy to meet them. Firstly, I would like to welcome on stage Mr. P.A. Pandit with a big applause as we continue. He was working with big machine tool company Voltas and then came a bold step when he decided to join a startup, Micromatic, in the year 1984. Operating from his home along with a single service engineer and using his vast experience, Mr. Pandit was instrumental in establishing marketing network of ACE Micromatic Group. Under his wonderful leadership, Micromatic spread its wings and reached to every nook and corner of the industry across India. He retired in 2007 in the capacity of Executive Director, a true visionary, trustworthy and a very courageous leader. What better way than to keep up the claps really, really long and make this a moment of joy.
Well, on this occasion, I would like to share some of my thoughts. See, as she said, I worked with Voltas for about nearly 8 years. Then I switched over to a company where the practices somehow I could not put up with. So then the choice was to change the job. One of the options was to go back to Voltas, which I did. There was resistance in the mind, going back to the same organization. So something on the way came Micromatic Grinding, and I thought I will take that job. It was relatively an unknown company, and my colleagues, they dissuaded me. They said, don't, better go back to Voltas, it is a better option. But I said, look, if I go back to the Voltas, then it's not very conducive to work. Work environment will not be very so conducive for me to go there again. People will say, yes, come back. So I said, okay, let me take the risk. After all, what will happen? Nothing. If at all there is anything, I can always look for a change. But what I did was to align my interest with that of the organization. Because if organization succeeds, only then I will succeed. I will not fail. I will not be a loser. So there is nothing extraordinary I have done. I did only this. I followed it religiously and genuinely to the best of my efforts, which is what now I see so many of our customers, because I am retired 17 years ago. I am delighted to see them again here on this occasion. Thank you, Mr. Dan, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
And thank you so much, sir. That was really beautifully put across about your journey and the experience. I think we should give a bigger and a bigger applause. Proceeding ahead, ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to invite on stage Mr. M.U. Bhatt with a background in special purpose machine and machine tool. He joined Micromatic in 2001. With his technical expertise, especially in grinding, he made inroads for MGT at many corporate companies for production grinders. He established a strong foothold for Ace Micromatic Group in the West Zone, putting the company on a growth trajectory. Under his able leadership, Micromatic scaled new heights. While he retired in 2020, ladies and gentlemen, some moments to be cherished for a lifetime. Let's hear a big round of applause and let's welcome Mr. M.U. Bhatt on the stage. Well, as Mr. Bhatt was not able to be here today, we have Mr. Ravi to receive the award on behalf of Mr. Bhatt, but we still can give a bigger applause because he's going to watch this and truly feel very special about this moment. We would like to thank everyone for your contribution, and again, my personal humble salute to all the magnificent achievements of everybody. On that note, I would like to thank all the dignitaries on dais. Thank you so much for your valuable time. We really appreciate. Also, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to an end of the formal part, I would like to leave the stage to Sir to present the vote of thanks. So let's hear a big hand and over to you, Sir.
Good evening, Mr. Amit Kalyani, Mr. Jitendra Devgi, Mr. Shailendra Shukla, Mr. Vivek Sharma, Mr. Deepak Kulkarni, distinguished guests, colleagues from Ace Micromatic Group, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor and a privilege for me to extend this vote of thanks on behalf of the Ace Micromatic Group. The previous 5 decades have seen a lot of change and a lot of progress. Mr. Dhawan before me has already delivered a vote of thanks to all those who have made it happen. I join in now with a humble thank you to everyone who has made it possible. Adding to that, and with even more gratitude, I thank all those who are making it possible, making the present possible, making the future that we are envisioning possible, changing our todays to make a brighter tomorrow. I thank you for the support that you have displayed, for the faith that you have reposed, for the decades of trust that have led to this moment. I am more excited than I have ever been. I think we stand on a brink of a great promise, of great possibility, of a future that could not have been imagined before. India has not been in this position before. Our standing in the globe has, at least in the recent past, has never been anything like it now. We at MGT have never been in this position where we are successfully deploying new technologies and exporting to new global markets. our country and our company are both poised to make that great leap. And I'm confident that with your support, your cooperation and your trust, we will make that leap. Yes, we will achieve that business success, but we will do it with the values that have been inculcated in us in these previous 5 decades. The vision for the future is set, evoking pride and impacting the society through precision manufacturing. Pride that comes from meeting and surpassing the exacting demands of our customers. Many of the dignitaries, Mr. Devgi, Mr. Shukla, Mr. Sharma, Mr. Kalyani, they all pointed out to one very critical, important thing, that is the technology gap, the R&D, the research and the technology that we need to bring to in the machine tool industry to focus. That's the key focus, and to tap talent that is globally available. So I think without that, this vision will not be possible. Meeting and surpassing the demands of the customers will not be possible, and making this country reliant, self-reliant will not be possible without that. Impacting the society by inclusive growth and sustainability as the governing principle is what we choose today. I'm looking forward to that journey, and I'm looking forward to walking that path with you all, walking by my side. Last but not the least, I thank my colleagues from MMT, MGT, QED, who have been working behind the scenes to make this event a memorable and successful for all of us. Thank you and have a good evening. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, sir, but I request you to stay back on stage for a few more minutes. Let's get a big round of applause. What an evening, and what a fantastic way to conclude. But as we conclude this evening, there has to be some more celebration, there has to be some more sweetness. This is the grand 50th anniversary celebration, and it will be incomplete without cutting a cake. So I request the entire MMT management team to please join us on stage along with Mr. Dhan, so that we can cut the cake, spread smiles, and truly capture some wonderful moments. I request the MMT team to please assemble for the cake cutting. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we want each one of you to be a part of this wonderful moment as we celebrate the 50th anniversary celebration, a moment to remember for a lifetime. Let's keep up that claps really, really loud and roaring as we make it wonderful for all of us here. Well, they say that some moments are truly for a lifetime, and this is definitely one such, where the entire family together comes to celebrate the victory, the achievements, and celebrate those wonderful times those have gone by. Well, I request everyone right here to make this wonderfully special for us. Before we cut the cake, I want everyone to keep up those claps really louder. Let's make this moment very memorable and cherishable, marking the super grand success, 50 beautiful years.
Celebrations, when I tell everyone that you're in love with me. Congratulations and jubilations. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be. Who would believe that I could be happy?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, also I would like to mention that this would not have been possible without everyone seated right here. You all play a major role in this super grand celebration. Thank you so much to everyone for making this really possible for us. While the evening is on, it's still young, happening, energetic, a lot that's going to still happen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that, I would like to thank everyone present right here for being a part of this wonderful and joyous occasion.